you got to do both. So this question came up the other day when I was speaking to someone and they were like, oh, Mike, I'll just do the exercise bit of this program. I won't bother with the nutrition side of things. Or you get other people saying, I'm just going to do the nutrition bit and I'll wait until I get fit enough and then I'll come back to you. They go hand in hand, right? And in the first instance, whereby you're doing the exercise, you're doing the easy bit, I would say, the easy bit of changing how much movement you have in your daily life. The hard bit is the nutrition. And I get it. I know that we all love our food and drink. I know that you don't want to spend the time thinking about your food even more. I know you don't want to obsess over your food and drink. I know also, though, the impact, the massive impact, the bigger impact that your nutrition can have on your whole life than the exercise that you do. So it's not to say that one isn't as important as the other, or one is more important than the other. I think you actually need both. And invariably what happens is you start the exercise, you start building exercise, or you start finding opportunities to move in your daily life. And that has a lovely positive spiral effect in terms of you're moving better, you're potentially getting up at the crack of dawn to do exercise, or you're getting out there at lunchtimes and putting in the effort, or you're coming out to play, as I see it, in terms of your exercise choice after work, maybe, after putting the kids down and everything else. And by that time, when you've started this new routine, you've started something scary potentially because life has got in the way for however many weeks, months or years, you finally started the exercise and you want to feel better, and you already start to feel better with the exercise, and then you don't want to cock things up by also going and rewarding yourself with food because of one training session you've done, okay? What you actually feel like doing is feeding yourself with better food and drink. That's something that I hear all the time. Like, I'm exercising now, so I don't want to undo all the good work that I've done by putting the effort in, right? And it is about that. It's like you do one thing, the exercise, and usually you want to improve on the nutrition as well. And you get the best results when you're attacking it from a two-prong approach, or you're taking the two-prong approach. You're moving, which generates energy for you, basically. It's kind of counterintuitive that you spend energy to exercise in the first place, but what you find is it actually gives you more energy by moving your body. And then you have all this extra energy that you feel, because it's ultimately a feeling, right? Having energy, it's like you're not sluggish, you don't feel lethargic, you don't feel slow, you don't feel, you feel like just more awake, you feel like you've got a spring in your step. And then to compound that, you then start feeding yourself a little bit better in terms of, yes, you may move to cooking more stuff from scratch, right? Rather than having processed foods. I'm not saying that there isn't processed food in my life, right? There is some processed food, but the majority, that's the key, the majority of what I'm eating and drinking, I know what's in it. 80% of my diet, I'm reluctant to use that word because people associate it with some kind of short-term fix, but my diet, my nutrition plan, my routine is to invariably have 80% or more of stuff that basically becomes part of me. I'm not saying that I'm becoming a carrot because I eat carrots, although, Orange would say otherwise, but it's about really being aware of the direct link of how food can make you feel, because it becomes part of you. It literally is turned into little bits to become part of your body. So is it any wonder that you feel sluggish and crap and horrible and slow if you're constantly putting rubbish, crap, slow, processed food in your body most of the time, all of the time? Okay, so you have to do both. Get moving and also look at ways to improve your own nutrition. I'm not saying completely overhaul it, but make gradual, sustainable changes instead, so that you can find yourself continuing that in a week's time, in a month's time, in a year's time. Don't make a change that you're not going to be able to keep going for a longer period than, say, a couple of weeks, because it's pointless. It's a waste of your time. Instead, choose to make tweaks that are going to give you gradual improvement. They're going to give you the long-term results, the long-term benefits to your health, rather than look at your health as a yo-yo that goes up and down in line with whether you're on it or not, right? Be on it all the time. Gradually be on it more and more, and over time that all compounds, so that you look forward to moving and exercising. You look forward to every meal, and you can do that because I've seen it happen time and time again, how you can do it without any fads and quick fixes and obsessing over one particular number on what I call the sad step. All right, there are so many other markers to your own health and to your progress. I'm not going to go into them now. There's a whole other podcast on that, but you got to do both. It's like, if you want to get better with your money, you have to track what's going in and out. The same goes with your own health and fitness. If you want to improve that over the long term, you have to do both. You have to, yes, move better, learn how to move better, learn how to nourish your body better, and ultimately remember that it's about your behavior in general. It's about the habits that you have on a daily basis that feed into your movement, that feed into your nutrition. And ultimately, it boils down to what you believe is actually even possible, which is going to be based on your upbringing, going to be based on the environment that you've grown up in, environment also including everything that you've learned, that you've been influenced by, and you can change that. You can change what you think is true or not. You can change what you believe is possible or not. And you can change ultimately. It's not too late. It's never too late. Again, I'm going to make an example to my oldest client ever, who was 83 years old. It's never too late to start making a change. You got to do both. If you don't like it, tough. If you want to change your situation, the way you look and feel, then it's going to come down to ultimately doing both. So are you doing both, or are you just doing one and half-assing the other? Let me know below.